Good day, good day.
Hello.
Hi, good day.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine. Can you hear me well?
Sorry, say that again?
If you can hear me well, if the sound is okay.
The sound is good.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Did you know that your name means flight in Polish?
Yes,
You do know that?
I I know, I know.
Okay. Oh, okay, good. All right. Yeah, I'm originally from, I was born in Poland, so. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But tell me, first of all, do you mind if we record this? Because I typically like to work openly on the internet, or are you okay with that? Or
Yeah, you can record. Don't worry.
okay, that's good. So yeah, let's check in on what you're doing. Tell me a little bit more about what your main involvement is right now. So you're fully involved. I mean, Dronecoria is your full time work and all that.
Yeah, more or less. It's a like kind of a non-governmental organization, so I had some clients sometimes, but yeah, I work in research, so I'm most of the time applying for new projects to make new research.
What kind of research? So what are your latest directions these days?
Yeah, so the research is mainly about seeds, about ecosystem restoration with seeds. So
Okay.
in the last years, I developed different seed coating machines. So I develop machines to make seed enablement technologies. That is priming, coating, mainly priming and coating, and experiment. I live in a kind of a environmental place in an
Yeah.
near natural park. So I make mainly research in ecology, in seed predation and seed germination. So I experiment in my laboratory the results to later go with the drone and go to large scale with the seeds. No,
Mm-hmm.
I also help different universities around the world to create these programs of seed enablement technologies in their locations.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, mainly research for ecosystem restoration. So not I'm more focused in wild species
Mm-hmm.
rather than tomatoes and for agricultural species. No.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Um, did you actually develop the drone itself? So you've got a technology background as well, or?
Yes, I'm a computer engineer,
Mm-hmm.
but to develop the different drones where I was involved, I partnered with friends that are more mechanical engineers or architects. So I developed the drones, but side by side with another person that was in AutoCAD or in different Rhino or other softwares developing the. So I'm more or less, or I was a drone expert, so I was using my knowledge to tell somebody how to develop the drone. So I build, I tested, I crashed the drone, I make another iteration,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
speaking with the designers. I can design, but most of the time with these drones, I was helped by friends with more expertise.
Yeah. 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 So, I mean, we'd like to. So, can we use this? Would this make like we'd like to produce them and use them? I mean, use them for various things. One thing is actually getting terrain mapping. So, because we'll be building an automated skid steer that can do things like do automated grading and construction, for example. In addition to all kinds of photography and all kinds of other things. Did any people actually try to productize, i.e., like produce, like on an open market, or just basically to sell them, or that hasn't happened at all?
So, we can say we can speak about two drones or two products.
Mm-hmm.
One is the smaller drone, Flon,
Yep.
and the bigger one, Dronecoria.
Mm-hmm.
For the small one, I sell some of them. I mean, some of them, maybe 20 to 30 more or less around the world, mainly was teachers that they buy the drone
Yeah.
to then replicate the drone with their students.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Eh, this was more or less the market of the small drone, the
Mm-hmm.
Flone.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
for the big one, I sell the drone to, yeah, mainly universities or agricultural people that most of the time live in non-developed countries,
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, in these countries it's very expensive to buy a DJI drone ready to fly.
Mm-hmm.
So for a fraction of the cost, they buy the structure and they what I sell is the frame, not ready to fly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, this happened sometimes, but most of the time I sell the a workshop where I go there and I build the drone with them,
Yeah.
because like that they can repair by themselves. No.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you go? Do you have like a formal curriculum? Do you have all those materials online too, or can you share that? Or
I have some materials,
mm-hmm.
but for
Mm-hmm.
Flone, I have yeah, ready to like a full guide.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have Instructables, website, Instructables website where
Mm-hmm.
is most of is full more or less.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And in Spanish, I have also a PDF that is very complete.
Mm-hmm.
For Dronecoria, I have the materials, but I will say, or I have also another Instructable. I will say that they will need my help or help of somebody that knows how to make it's not full. So it's more or less full, but they will need some extra help, I believe.
Extra help. What parts? What parts? Is it about integrating, for example, the seed dropper or
No, mainly like the flight board.
flight
That
board?
since the software each year change, so maybe I have updated for 3 or 4 years ago. So the part of the flight board, the ArduPilot or the software that you put in the flight board, this is more or less now not updated to the last version. No.
Okay, okay, but that's still.
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
sorry. Anyway, this part is more or less standard. So it's
Mm-hmm.
not a specific thing that I developed. Is you can use any kind of tutorial about
Mm-hmm.
drones.
Yeah, yeah. And have you added? I mean, what kind of? I mean, it comes with both of those have a onboard camera, or
So depends of if you what the needs of the user, no?
mm-hmm.
For example, in Flon, you can the configuration is very open. You can put a smartphone on top and use the camera of the smartphone. We developed even a gimbal to put a GoPro and move the GoPro, so you can put a camera or not, if what depends of your needs.
Mm-hmm.
And for Dronecoria, in the last version, yeah, I had a camera, but not a mapping camera. For the Dronecoria, I had a just for first person VF, no.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a very big drone. You can add a camera easily. It's just the frame, no, where you can put whatever you want.
Yeah, yeah. Excellent, excellent. Um, yeah. Are you are you also innovating on any other things like any computer vision systems or anything like that, or are you developing workflows as well for other tasks,
Mm.
various tasks like?
Yeah, I'm integrating
Mm-hmm.
different data. Mainly, also, I'm using this new product developed by Google, Solar API, where I can see the sun and shadows of the terrain. And this is very important to drop seeds, specifically what I do now, that is precision forestry, to drop the seeds only in places where I there is more chances of survival. So I'm kind of using this workflow with Google Earth or if quantum QSIG, QGIS, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm developing my own workflows, and the innovation that I'm having now mainly is about seeds.
Mm-hmm.
The, I mean, with the drone, I more or less stopped the development because with the drone that I have now fits my needs.
Yeah, yeah. So you're flying the big one. That's your main tool. So you fly the big one these days.
So for different legal, also the now that more or less I work alone now. So right now I'm do different jobs. For if I do a workshop, then I build the Dronecoria drone.
Mm-hmm.
But if I develop a reforestation project, mainly I rent the drone and I focused in develop the seeds, like in prepare the seeds because sometimes it's millions of seeds. So I prepare the seeds and then rent a pilot and a drone to spread the seeds in an area. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't. Otherwise, it's a lot of work for one person.
Oh, I see. Tell me more about that. So is, I mean, does your the big drone Coria? I mean, it's too much work because of what? It's just to carry it around, or just to bring it to the site, or
Because you need a lot of different legal permissions, no?
yeah.
About the, I mean, if you fly a DJI drone, the homologation to fill the national legislation is about the builder of the drone, no? DJI, no? So
Mm-hmm.
DJI fits all the bureaucracy to fly properly. But if I'm the builder of the drone, I need to make this homologation of the drone. So there is a lot of paperwork. Also, to maintain a drone
Mm-hmm.
requires plenty of things because you need to, yeah, you need to make all the maintenance of the drone. It's a lot of work, no?
Uh-huh.
So
So I mean,
just the research of seeds is requiring me all my time.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So to have to be a seed researcher and a drone builder, it was too much for me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. How many people have built the large one around the world? Do you have any data on that?
Maybe 30, more or less.
Sorry, 1 3 or 3 0?
Three, 30.
About 30. Mm-hmm. And for the small one, do you know those numbers there?
Yeah, maybe 50, 100,
Yeah,
maybe more
yeah.
than 100.
Um, on a small one, is it? Would you know how to do a gimbal that you can actually controllable gimbal? Would that be easy to work out?
Yeah, actually, this depends of the flight board. The gimbal that I developed, it was in wood also,
Mm-hmm.
and was with servos.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it was good for photogrammetry, for photos, but
Hmm.
not very good for video. Like we know the gimbals of DJI where they make perfect videos. So the gimbal was not red, was didn't have this quality. But yeah, now you can have different gimbals with brushless motors that can have this stability.
Yeah, yeah.
Open source also.
Are you aware of? I mean, are there any other projects in the aerial drone space that are also open source and documented that are replicable, or are you like the only one that's doing that?
You mean the frame of the drone?
Well, I mean the whole build of a drone, not just the frame. I mean,
Hmm.
because the frame is just one part.
Yeah. At the beginning, I mean, 10 years ago, it was more projects like that.
Mm-hmm.
But was mainly for schoolers to learn to fly.
Mm-hmm.
So not really, I would say, professional or the with the quality and also with the validation and tests. So it's difficult to say that I'm the only one, but maybe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Have you have you looked recently who else is doing it? You haven't really looked into that. You're saying you just never really researched how many other people are doing it. But I guess at the very beginning when you started it, there was nothing else like that. So why did you start? Did you have a unique thing at that time? It was like the only one, or how did that?
I started with the do-it-yourself drones community,
Mm-hmm.
with also with 3D robotics
Mm-hmm.
and with Pilot. So the the first frames that I flight was Chinese ones. Then I moved to 3D robotics.
Mm-hmm.
So I had different drones from 3D robotics. So was about 3D robotics was open more or less open source the flight board, but the frame was not open source.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then you developed that because you wanted something that was completely open source. Is that the logic, or what made you like? Say you had the ones from 3D robotics. Why did you develop Flown?
Because at that moment the small drones didn't exist. So the market didn't fit my needs. I wanted a drone that I can have it in a backpack. So the drones was very big. So and I was in the world of Fab Labs and maker
Yeah,
spaces.
yeah.
So why not to build a drone? No?
And why did you want a small one? Was that for any specific purpose?
I mean, why to have a big one if a small one is
Is
cheaper?
sufficient, cheaper, and
And,
same
and
performance.
yeah,
Yeah,
why
exactly.
not?
Right, because the 3D robotics, they're pretty big. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Excellent. So what would in terms of so we're starting. Have you looked at our website and the recent program, the Future Builders Academy? What are your
Yeah,
thoughts? Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. So we're doing a program, an education program that starts in May, and and 3D printing is part of that. But drones are more for like we're gonna get heavy into that once we start more into the automated vehicles like the skid steer, where we're gonna need a drone mapping solution for that for topography. So do you think that this would? I mean, the small one that would work well for that, right? We can do terrain mapping with it. Is that an easy workflow to develop? Or
Yes, but I mean, you will use Open Drone Map to make the photo stitching, but you will need a proper gimbal.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
No, I mean, we are speaking about quality, no, to have a good quality product, no.
mm-hmm.
If you put a smartphone without gimbal, some, I mean, now the smartphones change a lot. Maybe maybe could work, but the ideal is to have a gimbal.
So a professional gimbal can be retrofitted to that, relatively straightforward if you have the right board.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the gimbals that there is plenty of gimbal, at least a few gimbals that are open source and very good quality. The
Hmm.
point is that the user always need some kind of experience in the way like they put the camera and they need to see, they need to make like the auto calibration and see if there is vibration, still vibrations, because each camera have different weights and the center of gravity. Maybe if you use just one camera, I don't know, GoPro or a very standard camera, and you provide the configuration files with this camera, and it's like not for any camera, just for one camera, and
Hmm.
more or less a closed product in the sense that is for one camera, maybe could be easy
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
do it. No?
Okay. Okay. Do you have the CAD files for the whole actually the whole build, not just the frame? Do you have the complete CAD files as well?
You mean not only the frame, the gimbal,
The
or
whole drone with the motors and everything and the controller. Uh,
um, eh, yes, I will have the whole file, but I believe that the motors should be changed because it was like old, not old motor, it's still working. But if you want to do it again, I will
mhm.
change the motors and also use another flight board more updated.
So what flight
So
board would you use right now?
I use to use the PX4 or ArduPilot.
Hmm. Hmm. For the new one, what would you go to?
Sorry, can you repeat?
For the new controller board, what would you use?
I will use PX4,
Okay.
but yeah, also for you, if the license is very important, maybe the PX4. I believe that is a different license that Ardu Pilot. No,
Hmm.
Both will work. PX4 maybe is easier for new
The
for
new ones.
people with
Is
experience.
So is ArduPilot, is that well supported? There's still a good community around that, or would that be just harder and harder to find support?
Little bit harder,
Hmm. Hmm.
but yeah, there is always people
Yeah,
replying emails.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you can help us do all of that, right? I mean, you've got the full workflows and everything, right?
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. What would it look like to if we were to invite you? So you'd be able to actually come over. So, um, how much do you typically charge for your services to do like a workshop?
Hmm. How much time?
Well, we'd want to build it from scratch, right? So
Mm,
how long should we allow for that? And I would say probably with a small, start with a small one, and then we can move on to the big one. I do like the
mhm,
idea of the big one. That. Hmm.
mm. Maybe from 3 to 5 days
Hmm.
to make it. I mean, we can make it in one day, but yeah, to make it properly, maybe 3 to 5 days.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh,
And how much of that time is actually building time? Is it when you say 3 to 5 days? Would it be a lot of learning time too, or mostly
s-
assembly?
7 hours each day, and will be theoretically and practical. No,
Hmm.
we first we will speak about theory and also anticipating all the possible crashes or accidents because it's you know that it's very dangerous.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
if you have a short circuit or the propellers start with your face
Yeah.
there, no?
Yeah.
So we will first. speak about all the problems that we can have,
Hmm.
and then the practical to don't have these problems or
If
accidents.
in order to do obstacle avoidance or remote control of that, like, have you ever done anything with respect to controlling the drones over the internet? Not where the operator is doing the joystick, but actually remote operation.
Uh, so about obstacle avoidance,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that the technology is ready in the open source world. I don't think that is possible. To operate remotely without obstacles is possible. You use a ground control and using waypoints in real time. This is possible, but without obstacles.
Mm-hmm. Waypoints, but you cannot do like a remote control joystick.
You can remote control joystick by 4G. You can do it. Uh, what I will say is if you can make a geofence,
Yep.
and you are sure that inside of this geofence there is not obstacles, then you can control remotely by internet because you know that there is no obstacles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is maybe the safest solution.
So geofenced meaning software coded boundaries.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever had any use cases for doing that kind of stuff? I mean, how do you how do you control your drone? Like, do you always go out into the field to do it, or can you? Is there any
Uh,
practical case for remote control?
I mean, practical cases, there are practical cases. For example, here in the Sierra Nevada mountain where I live, the national park fly drones remotely to monitor the snow. So they go to specific places where there is sticks with the different lines to
Mm-hmm.
understand if there is 1 meter of snow or
Mm-hmm.
for monitoring.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Also to transport things, I say to the to yeah to transport move things to one place to another. Yeah, there is maybe more use cases, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But answering your question, normally I go with the drone, I full the drone with seats, and then all the flight of the drone is already planified. So I just need to push a button, and then the drone flies everything, all the mission.
And when a drone flies, is also do you pre-program the seed release so it will do it in different places along the path?
Yeah, normally what I did until now, it was kind of a spreading. So I flood one surface with a number of kilos of seeds per square meter. No,
Mm-hmm.
this is more or less this kind of a agricultural approach,
Mm-hmm.
but in forestry, more or less, we are moving. All the industry is moving to a precision seeding because you are losing a lot of, or we are losing a lot of seeds because the seeds fall in not good places.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
we are moving to specific positions. So until now, I only spread the seeds and I'm moving to precision seeding. I only make this precision with pictures, where I go to places and make specific pictures, but not deploy seeds yet.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So you're actually working on developing that part. So effectively you're controlling the seed release mechanism whenever you want to, like remotely you just press the button and it releases, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Is the hard that's not a hardware issue, that's a software issue, right? Or
Uh, is
it's
the
both.
software is more or less made with the people of the Arducoptera. It's
Mm-hmm.
the software is made because I'm using, yeah, the drone is solved.
Yeah.
It's a mechanical problem because sometimes the seat gets stuck, no? So I need to find a way to understand the maximum diameter, if there is a blockage, if I can release by moving the motor or
Mm-hmm.
this.
Yeah. 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 Um, yeah. As far as the so for this for flown right now with what's available, we can easily get a professional grade gimbal and do like basically terrain mapping for actual elevation. So actually, whatever we need to do that, um, that would be doable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's good. That's awesome. Um, yeah. 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 So back to the question though I had. So typically you'd like to do a it would be like a 3 to 5 day workshop,
Hmm.
and that's what you do with
And
like when you go ahead.
sorry, this is for construction. Learn to fly is something that people need to learn by their own.
Yeah.
I can teach people, of course, but in 3 days you will need weeks also to learn first by a simulator. No, this is for construction. Learn to fly. Requires more time and it's an individual job.
Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, typically, when you go to schools to do the workshop, you do the 3 day version. Is that what you do? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most of the time is the 3 days version.
Yeah. 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 So, yeah. 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 So, if we were to get you here to our site, so what would you charge for that? So there's travel and there's your time. Do you have like a standard rate, or do you do that just
No, I
as
don't
as
have a standard. Also depends if, I need to find a house there, or you can provide me
mm-hmm.
lodgement,
Yeah.
or
Yeah. Okay. So that's something we can discuss in more detail. Um, yeah. Tell me more about so the open source because we saw your drone on the Ashwa certification. So that's great that you have that. Is Flown also Ashwa certified?
not yet. I made this certification in Dronecoria because it was a company that is started to use our drone without respecting our rights. This
Ah.
means that was not saying that it was the drone of Dronecoria.
Mm.
So this is why I go to make this certification. And honestly, I always made a drone with the logo of open source hardware, so I never think about certification. But I say, why not? If it's open source from the beginning, I should certify just in case. Also for distribution, it was a
Mm-hmm.
good idea.
Is that other company still making them? The copy or?
They are using it. I believe that they are still using it. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. So also wooden the frame cut out of the plywood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And to do that, yeah. I mean, would you bring the actual cutout parts, or would you want to cut that locally here? Like you can source all the. How would it work for sourcing? Would we buy a lot of the stuff here, or do you bring everything like the full kit? I guess with travel, like, there might be some restrictions, or do you have experience with that in other
The
countries,
point
or?
is like, yeah, I traveled around the world with drones, but when I travel with pieces of drones,
Mm-hmm.
are pieces. It's a individual motor, it's an individual flight board, so it's about electronics. It's not a drone.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have problems if I transport the pieces because officially it's not a drone.
Mm-hmm.
The pieces can fit in my suitcase, I did it already, but the best is that the local, if you can cut your own drone,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because like this you can source the wood that you need. You
Yeah.
can source the machine that you need. If you crash, you know already
Yeah.
that you can cut just one arm and replace, and you already made this network of construction. I
Yeah.
believe is the best. And normally I bring the yeah, the frame just in case.
Yeah.
But the best if you can have it.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Now for the the flown. So is it practical to 3D print that, or that's just too heavy?
So um, the flown in wood is more or less 100 grams. In 3D printing is 300 to 400.
Wow.
And I printed one or two times, and at least it was a friend that printed for me. I don't know the properties of the printing, but was broken easily.
Yeah.
The 3D, of course, that you can, because we tried to make the infill very lightweight, no?
Yeah.
So if you put 100%, probably will not work, but then will be 700 grams, no?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So is your schedule is pretty open? Like the second half, like that would be like June, June, July, August time. How much lead time would you need to give you to prepare?
So I believe um, yeah, 1 or 2 months
Mm-hmm.
by advance. Also, because probably if we did it, I will need to check what will be the best flight board and
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
where to buy it there. So I we need to buy it, wait until the materials arrive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So thinking about gather all the materials at least 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. 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 So
Yeah.
let's. I think. Yeah. Let's. I think let's start planning on that, and so maybe we can. Yeah, I'll send you follow up questions like regarding. Let's first of all like let's nail down, start looking at okay, what are all the parts and all of that and cost and see how we can get you here. Yeah.
Who you think that will be interested in assist to this workshop?
Well, so if we're gonna run this, so this would be something which we would do, and our goal would be so the people that are in our program, which is probably going to be around 24 people or so, who'd be participating in this workshop. So basically, students who are learning the whole system of open product design and 3D printing and other things, how to design and build just about anything. So it's basically people who want to be builders of the future. Mm-hmm.
Mm. Okay. I believe that in USA there is a very good momentum right now with drones because of this banning of DJI products, no? So now
Oh,
the drone market of USA will start or grow because you cannot buy anymore new DJI products.
oh, I did not know that. So that since when? When did this happen?
1 month ago, maybe.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can buy any DJI drone that is already in the market, but not
Mm-hmm.
new drones.
Imported. So you're saying imported from China?
Hmm.
Are there
Yeah,
other? So no drones at all from outside the country in the U.S. right now, or are there other companies that are still allowed to sell, or
I
was
believe
this?
that is affecting two companies, two drone companies. But since it's affecting DJI, you need to do some. I mean, the US market will react super fast, I believe.
Yep. 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 Hmm. Yeah, that's interesting. Are you connected to? So you collaborate with some other people who do more of the drone work. There's another company in Spain that does that. That focuses more just on the drones. Are you still collaborating with them, or are they doing interesting developments?
Um, so I collaborate with a builder that builds the drone and sends the frame or the drone to a client. So build the drone, and also to with drone pilots that are agricultural companies that have the DJI Agras drone, and I ask there for showing areas, but they are not developers. They just
Mm-hmm.
they have a DJI drone and that's it.
Yeah. 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 It sounds like the drone situation is similar to 3D printing, where initially with 3D printing there were so many different companies, and then the market stabilized, and no open source people really make them anymore. It's kind of like that. Sounds like that. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So where do we go from here? I definitely want to take a look at, like, yeah, if you can, I'll follow up on like the curriculum that you present, and so we'd want to plan on 3 days and probably plan around that. Yeah. So what
Yeah,
next?
I would say 3 days for the small one for Flone,
Hmm.
and 5 days for Dronecoria.
Yeah. 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 And do you think that would be a good solution? Like right now, if we were, I mean, if you were doing a project of integrating that with construction, would you go with the open source route, or would you just buy one off the shelf because they're cheap enough and all of that? I mean, we of course philosophically want to teach people how to be in control of that, so it's a lifetime design product. It doesn't, when it breaks you can repair it and things like that. I mean, if you were me, like, would you suggest doing that as for a functional solution for mapping terrain?
Yeah, the point is, if I if I want to make mapping with a drone that I made by myself, I need to spend time in the drone to make flights and see if there is vibration in the camera,
Yeah.
identify the vibration, remove this vibration, fly again. So if I have the time to work with the drone and spend time in the drone, reducing vibrations and different things, I can do it. But if I don't have time and I just want to make mapping and
Yeah.
land the drone and have the map, then I need a ready to fly drone. No?
Right. How much development time do you think that would take to optimize, to basically work out a good mapping solution for that? And in other words, the camera stability and things like that. And is that something you can actually help us with? Like, can we hire you to do that, or you simply don't have the time, or?
Yeah, I can work on that. It's a long time ago that I didn't make this calibration of the gimbal, but I did it maybe 5 years ago, or even no more, 8 years ago.
Hmm.
It was a 3 or 4 days, 3 days of of tuning
Hmm.
the PIDs of the gimbal.
Hmm.
Uh, but I believe that now is much more faster because they have this auto calibration. So maybe in one morning or in one day, you can have it more or less ready to map. Then video will take longer because the pictures is more or less always work, but the video to have it without vibration takes. You can, it will work out of the box and it's fantastic, but sometimes you have some vibrations that requires uh, days
Yeah.
to see, to locate the origin, no, of the vibration.
And Are you talking about your gimbal or the professional ones?
Professional ones.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I believe that if you want like to make a product, you could use the improve the gimbal that we have now, but this is if you think that you can sell the product or develop the product. Otherwise, if you want a solution that works right now, I will go for a professional. I mean, professional. It's just a electronic a circuit board and two motors and a 3D printed system. Is not very professional, but it works.
Uh-huh. Well, what's the difference between yours and the so-called professional one? I mean, you're still using.
Mine was because the it was even the gimbal was in wood
Okay.
and I didn't use it. It was just servos connected to the flight board.
Hmm.
So only servos. The gimbal didn't have a inertial measurement unit or compass. It was just two servos moving a camera. I will say the professional ones have the inertial sensor and the compass and to yeah, it's better integrated.
Right. Do you know if there's any other open source versions of the gimbal that we can use, or no? You haven't. Have you studied that?
Um, uh, There is for sure because I remember it was two or three open source gimbals a few years ago.
Hmm.
So probably at least one of there probably there is, but right now is I didn't check it.
Okay. As far as integrating to that level of product, so you're potentially available to help us actually develop that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. So let's maybe think about that because we definitely want to integrate the gimbal into it. So that would be some work on top of the drone itself. So let's lay that out what it looks like. Can you send me any more info on it, or is it like I should just look at it myself, like regarding the open source gimbals? Because we definitely want to put it into the scope of how to do that in this build.
Yes, I will because the gimbal information I believe that is I'm not sure if it's online. I will check it.
Okay.
Anyway, I mean I believe that you are good in design, right?
Yeah.
Because I believe that we should select a gimbal
Mm-hmm.
and then,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because yeah, here I don't have a 3D printer,
Mm-hmm.
or I believe that the best is that you build the drone. I mean, even if don't fly, just the structure,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and buy the gimbal and probably and find a way how to integrate because
Yeah.
probably we will need to make some holes in some places to attach the gimbal. So to I believe that I will need your help to integrate that
Yeah.
to make another file
Mm-hmm.
and then work from that.
Okay. No, that would be great. And the other thing here is, so we are putting cameras for remote viewing in the workshop. So we're also, if we work out this gimbal, we definitely like to consider that as an option for making our own video controllable video systems within our workshop. So it would have multiple purposes. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For will depend. mm, yeah, which camera we
Yes.
use.
Yeah, exactly. So we have to make some design decisions there. But yeah, I mean, if we could collaborate on that, that would be good. Because I mean, all the kinds of projects we see here, it's like, yeah, we'd love to get involved in. If there's an open source project, of course, build upon it and add value to it. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that would be good. Okay. So let's follow up on how we can execute on this with respect to the build and adding the gimbal to it. So yeah, I think we can follow up on that. Hmm.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, I mean, how is your time? I mean, is the work with the seed research? I mean, you're super busy, or I mean, you have some free time to collaborate and things like that.
I have some time now for the summer. For the moment I'm free,
Mm-hmm.
but we need to because sometimes if I need to travel or if there is a
Yeah. Yeah.
project coming or something. But yeah, I have time to work on that. Mm.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that's
I need to do other things, but I can reserve some time.
okay. Yeah, that sounds good. So why don't you send me the info you have on the gimbal right now, and let's actually start looking at, okay, what would a an updated system look like, and how we integrate that with the existing flown. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Um, okay, I will send you what I have.
Okay, excellent. So that'll be the next step, and then yeah, let's see how we can make this happen. That'll be good.
Okay, thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you because I open source ecology was a very good inspiration, no? Since it started a long time ago, I was following the project, so it's nice that we are having some time to chat.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, definitely. I mean, right now the point is that we've developed. So right now we're basically building the homes as a way to fund the project, so that we can do all this other research and have a bootstrapping way to fund it all. Because yeah, the big project still exists to open source the core machines of civilization. We need some resources to make that happen. So right now we're actually building and selling homes to fund the project. Yeah.
Okay, you are already doing it. You
Yeah.
are already fantastic, no?
Yep,
Okay.
yep, yep. Yeah, we're doing that already. And the program that we're starting May 1st, we have a very explicit enterprise track where we teach somebody to build the homes, start their business, and partner with us. And we guarantee them a market for those homes. So that's like a six month immersion. Start your own business, that kind of an offer. So that's what we're doing right now, and partner with us to keep developing the whole product ecology, because after that there's, okay, let's open source the machines, like for example the skid steer now that is used in construction, the tractor and backhoes and trenchers and all the machines. So we use that revenue from the house sales to fund all the things that can now improve the business and open source the world. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Cool, fantastic.
yeah, so that's where we're at.
Uh, mhm.
Hmm.
Uh,
And that requires training a lot of people. Yeah, skilling a lot of people up with the integrated design build skill sets.
mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, I will say that this drone side is important to planify where to put the house. No, if you buy
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
land,
Yeah.
you need not only of your land, like to planify the water, no, the water
Yeah.
flow,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
it's very very important, no,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and
Exactly.
yeah, a drone is a good tool for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, we gotta. So it sounds like the main challenge right now in terms of the existing drone is. Sorry, my video's messed up there. The main challenge is now to integrate the camera into it, since it doesn't have the good gimbal that could do it right now. So do a little development and make it work. And
Mhm.
we'll keep doing that until we have an open source solution, because the part about the lifetime design is very important, that once we build it, we don't want it to break and we throw it out. So that's how I started the project, with a tractor that broke. And then we said, okay, we need to make an open source one that we control for a lifetime. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Exactly. So yeah, that's great. So yeah, let's continue. And yeah, it's good to connect to you. I'm glad. Congratulations for doing the drone car, putting it on Ashwa. That's awesome. I mean, we need more open source usable hardware out there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mhm. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Mm.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
So
thank
we'll talk
you.
soon. We'll follow up. Mm-hmm. Take care. Bye
Okay,
bye.
ciao.